This is pretty solid, guys. So early in the day, probably move higher, full retracement, move to the downside at the open, a little bit of a move to the upside, or you could say I would have expected a little bit more of a move there. But in any case, what we were looking to do is in the midst of the move, open up a short. And you either did it here or here. But we go from this pop and drop. We go from this pop and drop first thing in the morning. Right, taking us into a high for the day, an important price level between 11 and 12. So it looks like we were a little bit early. This took place at 10:30. But then the low, within close time proximity to the high, there's a low there, roughly 11. Another, basically the same price level at 12. Then we go into a lower low there by 1 o'clock, so that's the second low correlation. We have this move higher, that's the wealth card, and then this move off of near overbought crest or peak that we sell down from through multiple support levels into another low at the end of the day. So if you've got a good profit here on the short side, hey deduct, appreciate it, my man. So if you got a good profit here, guys, on the short end, like you have a good profit right now, remember it's called short for a reason. Even when it looks like it might go lower, like it doesn't necessarily make sense to risk it, right? A bird in hand's worth two in the bush, especially if you're not an advanced trader or like a seasoned trader. If you're a new trader or you don't know much about it, you're still learning a lot about trading, like it's mostly psychology. You have to get in the pattern in the habit of making the right decisions at the right moment, and that's more important than knowing up and down, left and right. It's about knowing yourself, right? And your own risk tolerance is a really, really big deal. I talk about it a lot. Risk tolerance. You must know your own risk tolerance, because in the dark moments, your risk tolerance it basically determines whether or not you make poor decisions when things get rough, or if you stay focused and convicted even in the face of seemingly opposing energies. I picked up another cross-trading congruency that I missed yesterday. I was looking at this earlier today. We've got the defeat card right here in the late morning session tomorrow on the 19th, and the defeat card is a card for the 19th. There's also a cash out coin here. There may be a little bit of a rally at the very out of the low here at the end of the day, so I would be mindful of this RSI. It's hard to say if it's out of the low here at the end of the day or if it takes place tomorrow morning or both, but we have a rally in the pre-market increasing with the momentum. This is why, like, this is an example of risk tolerance. If you have money in the market that you're like stressing out about, that's what I mean by risk tolerance. If you're stressing out about your investment, you're worried about losing the money because you like need it for something, or like it's not disposable income, you're very, very likely to make the wrong decisions in the fearful moments, right? And that's risk tolerance. So like if you're not seasoned or you don't know a lot about your risk tolerance, it would make sense in the midst of this move to the RSI down here, to the 20 mark on the RSI, which means oversold on the SPY ETF. I would say take profits there, because tomorrow we've got this move to the upside, then a decline, and then another move to the upside. And I think probably more decline, but it's a pretty mixed day there. It's a pretty mixed day, and it may end up bullish at the end of the day. Like, this is a good cash out opportunity from what I can tell here, but making it there without making the wrong choice in between now and then based on the cards might be difficult. Hey, appreciate it, Deduct. Well, tomorrow's looking mixed. Might end up bullish, but like on the one day, it's a move higher and a full retracement of that move. On the 1 month, we've got a period of volatility that ends with a fast sudden move higher. Or that's on the 20th, excuse me. Tomorrow's a failed attempt to break through key resistance and then a decline through key support. So we likely test that resistance here in the beginning of the day, in the beginning to like midday. And what concerns me, why I'm saying you might take profits at the end, near the end of the day, or take profits this hour when we hit this RSI down here around 20, is because tomorrow we've got this truce card, and it could be indicating that we see this price level again from the 17th. It doesn't necessarily mean that. Remember, SO meta-analysis is not, it's not designed for price levels. It's designed for timing price movements, right? And then you use technical analysis to make your own assessment of price, of actual prices, right? Sometimes you can extrapolate information, but it's not always right? So like what I'm talking about here is on the 17th, we have the truce card, right? It was here at the beginning of the day, and then at the end of the day, we revisited it, right? This truce level right here, which is like, roughly 434.89, so roughly 435. I think to probably 435.60 or 436 roughly. That I would call that the truce price level. So like there could be a big move here on the 19th, taking us back to that price level. It's possible, right? It's possible. This is probably, I mean, tomorrow is probably where we have that low, you know, like as indicated by the monthly. There's a cross-reading congruency here as well for the low card, i.e. what I mean by that, if you're new, is that this Prince of Discs card here appearing on the 19th on the 1 month is the low significator card for the 19th, which has correlations to a lowest low, making it a multiple cross-reading congruency. You want to come up, buddy? You want to come up? You want your treat? There you go. Go chew on your treat, goofball. Hey, Robert. Saw your email, responded. Not sure if you saw that. Robert says hi, Hermes. So if you want to learn a little bit about technical analysis, the reason why I'm looking at this chart from different the same 1 day chart from different frequencies of candlesticks, and by frequency I mean like 1 minute candlestick bars, 5 minute candlestick bars, 15 minutes. Why I'm looking at it from different angles is because I want to see what the RSI is showing from different time frames, and it will be different when you find it like through the 20 mark on like a greater candles, like a greater frequency, and not so on like a smaller frequency. It usually means that you've got more low to go. But like the bigger the frequency, the more prominent that, like, relevant it is to the present moment, you could say. Hey AV, hey Proof. Huh, it sort of hit it there. Looks like it might have hit it already, actually, from this standpoint. So in any case, it's like we got about 39 minutes left. And my sense is that if especially if you're new to trading, you're not like a seasoned trader, you probably want to take profits here in the midst of this low. This was a very accurate reading today, right? We have a low at 11, another one just before 1, a low between 10 and 11, a low between 12 and 1, and then another low in the last hour here between 3 and 4, and that's taking place. But my sense is that we may see a little bit of a turnaround here into the close, and tomorrow it's possible we have a lower price level tomorrow. It's probably the case, but that doesn't mean that you'll make money. And my what I mean by that is that you have to understand risk tolerance and your own weaknesses, right? If you really are like stressing out about the money and it's more money than you should have put in the market, that's what I mean by risk tolerance. More than you can tolerate, right? If you're stressing out about it and you need it and you're worried you're going to lose it, when it looks like you're going to lose it, you're going to sell at a loss. That's how risk tolerance works. That's the psychology of the market. Awesome, Deduct. Glad to hear it. Hey, it was luck. So you want to be mindful of that sort of thing, because between this low here and a possible lower price level here, it's not necessary, like it's not definite. And because of that, there'll be all this doubt here in the morning with this rally that increases with momentum moving forward into a price level, which could very well be this price range up here, guys. This is a cash out ruin as well. You want to go on the bed, buddy? Here you go, little guy. I think we probably have lower to go tomorrow, but really, it's not worth the risk if you have a good profit. Hey, Nature's Well. Hey, Senska Jonah. Um, Will Tesla hit a lower price level tomorrow? Sorry guys, give me one sec. I have something coming through here. Yeah, so I'm thinking probably around the close I might open up a small long position. I'm thinking about it. I want to look into that more before I confirm. Boom, there you go. Lowest low for Tesla, guys. Boom. Look at that. I think probably tomorrow morning will be lower based on this. But an overall bullish day tomorrow. And it looks like at the end of the day here, there's a little bit of a bump to the upside. Not very high, but kind of like a little overbought peak that we sell off from at the overnight. Yeah, I got a yes for a lower price level tomorrow for Tesla. How is Bitcoin looking? Is there a big drop coming? What the heck happened here? What is this junk around it? Weird. There's like this like kind of like highlighting around the edge of the photo that I didn't put there. Yeah, it looks like it. Whether or not it's to a lowest low, the drop tomorrow is going to have a big move out of it. I would be mindful because there could be a high, like very shortly thereafter around the 21st. And remember, when we get into the last week with Bitcoin, it's going to be like back and forth between highs and lows. This is going to get kind of crazy over here. You might be able to make quite a lot of money if you're very, very quick. You don't hesitate to take profits and then open up the next trade. That's one of the things when I was learning to trade that I found took me a long time to figure out was that I was better off taking my profits quickly rather than like, oh, I might leave a lot of money on the table and letting it sit there. I learned to take my profits quickly, and then you have that money to then, that increased money to then utilize, like reallocate to a better position, to a more appropriate trade. While it's in the market, it's you're at the whim, you're at the mercy of the market. You can't do anything with that money, and if it turns around, it turns around. You know what I mean? So the faster you are about taking profits and then repositioning, the more money you're able to make. Don't be greedy. Don't be, be mindful. Maybe like set a percentage that a maximum percentage gain that you look for in a trade before you exit out. If you do that, you should also have a maximum percentage loss. It would make sense to do that and make the loss much smaller of a percentage than the gain. That's important from a probability standpoint. So yeah, to answer your question, Sanska, it does look like there's a pretty notable drop there. But whether or not it takes us into a lowest low tomorrow at that trough, I would want to be preparing myself in the midst of that trough, positioning myself for a move to the upside over a several day period, possibly to a high. What is the price direction of USO the remainder of the month? If you guys like electronic music, I listen to this podcast. It comes out every Friday by Above and Beyond, called Group Therapy. Dude, they're called Above and Beyond for a reason. Like they're not from this world. There's no doubt in my mind that those guys are entities from elsewhere, from fifth dimension. They're manifest in the fourth dimension, maybe consciously aware of their existence in the fifth, which is kind of the differentiation between a fifth dimensional being and a fourth dimensional being. But their music like actually speaks to you, like actually. So the trend direction for the rest of the month for USO, for the rest of the month of October, from this moment forward throughout the remainder of October 2023, trend direction. It's to the upside. USO's to the upside. That reminds me, guys, do you remember, it was the other day, it was like a day, it was maybe like Thursday or Friday of last week when I mentioned something about possibly Russia being involved in a black, what do you call it, a Black Swan event over the weekend. Obviously that didn't take place. The Black Swan event was, I'm convinced the Black Swan event was that whole thing with the attack in Israel. Just, I mean, that's a perfect example of a Black Swan event. Nobody was expecting that. It was out of nowhere. But I remember mentioning that there's probably another Black Swan event later in the year. Does anybody remember what those dates are? Or do I need to go back and dig through that video? TSM is having earnings. Can you see what will happen? Earnings results for TSM. Queen of Wands. Let's see what my website says, what my notes say about earnings in the Queen of Wands. It's not. That's not always. Why is my computer doing this? It's not always listed in the on the website. If it's not listed on the website, it's very likely listed on the in the ebook. I don't know why it's doing that right now. Queen of Wands. Nothing for earnings. Well, it's a beat. It's a beat, and my sense is that the reaction is a notable move higher. Let's see if I can confirm that. That's not the case. All right, let's see. Overall trend reaction to TSM earnings. Notable move higher, like unexpected move higher off of the earnings result there. Yeah. Something's going on. My computers are being way janky right now. It's really hard to say if we're going to go lower just based on like being so close. We were at like 27 RSI. We already are at a low. And then there's this like rally along a diagonal trend line, fast sun move higher, and then a more decline down. So it could be that take place overnight, or it's hard to say exactly. But we're here at lows. If you've got a profit, take the profit, guys. You might be missing out on a notable move tomorrow. But like if you're new to it, it's better to take the profit now and then just position yourself again. Maybe put on another short position if you want to risk for tomorrow. Put on another short position that costs less money and has like further out expiration or something like that. But I would say just take the profit on the short side and sit back and see what happens. And like I said, we might go lower as well. That's also a possibility. It's hard to say. It looks like right now it looks like we're going to go lower. What is the direction? Guys, if I skipped you, I'll get back to your question. I got to answer the questions with the star. I try to answer those first whenever possible because they're paid supporters. If you're interested, by the way, in getting one of those stars, the way that you get one of those stars. Go to the channel page on YouTube. Oof. I hate it when it does that. Go to the channel page on YouTube and click on join. And we're very likely going to do a morning live session tomorrow. It's very likely. By the end of the week, we should be doing them in the morning. That's the $149 per month. The $49.99 a month gets you the star next to your name. Premium supporter means that you get yeah, there's lives that will be specifically for premium and up. The investors profits court is basically the equivalent of the all paid subscription on our website. I would definitely get, if you go to that level, I recommend doing it on the actual website because YouTube takes 30%, so it costs more. The price is higher here on YouTube for that one, but that's where you would get it. What is the direction of gold the rest of October, November, and December? Man, I meant to do the end of the 2023 reading. I wonder if I did. Haha, I did. All right, so this 1 year for gold it's really for bullion, the spot price, this gold reading, and I'm gonna use the GLD ETF because there aren't any really good charts for spot prices if you ask me. Ooh, big spike, big spike. Did you see that? Whoa. Whoa, whoa. All right. And that would make sense because after a bit of a decline, we have highest high correlations here at the end of the year is my sense. I did this gold one back. Oh, I think I just did the full markup of it in October, so not long ago was the full markup, but it was created in July. Oh, it was created in 2023. All right, so this one I feel is more reliable based on the increase in my knowledge. But yeah, it looks like November, December we end up by highest highs. And we had Ace of Swords I should have seen as a highest high there. That's April, May. Brief peak that's easily missed in May. Into a trough. Yeah, it looks like we go higher into December. There might be a little bit of a turnaround here into the end of October or the beginning of November. It's possible. I'd have to do a 1 month to look at it in more depth. Yeah, still going lower there. All right, so TSM. How does Hey Proof? How does Blur look? All right, so Blur trend direction tomorrow and the next day. It looks like volatility tomorrow with the sharp drop that'll stand out, and then we have a resistance level highlighted, probably bearish on Friday. It's a resistance level highlighted that we've failed to break through many times before. That's Blur. HFT coin for the rest of the week. Decline tomorrow, offering opportunity to open up a long position, and then a resistance level highlighted on Friday where we kind of flatten out. My sense is probably it's a higher price level than on Thursday, based on the Ace of Princess of Cups for Thursday. Nobody remembers the time frame or the dates that I said for that Russia event, where I said, "Oh, there's an event coming." I think it was like December, November, December somewhere. I think nobody remembers, and it was when I said there's something to do with Russia. So that's what I was picking up on, something to do with Russia, November, December. Ooh, look at that drop! Whoa. Welcome to the doc. Hey, Tabraze. PLTR trend direction through the end of the month. Well, where's the... What the heck? Where's my image file for this? That's interesting. Huh. I was looking for my 10-year SHIB coin and couldn't find that either. I don't know. It's freaking weird. Excuse my French. It's really weird. That happens twice in one day. All right. Overall trend direction. PLTR through the remainder of October 2023. From this moment forward through the remainder. It's mixed. It's erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level. We may revisit we'll likely revisit an opportunity either at a crest or a trough. More likely to be a crest, could be both. And that's on a multi-day scale in the midst of that erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level. Let's see. It's probably this price level here that we're going through, back and forth through. Roughly 1683. That's most likely what it is. Let me see. That's not it. All right. 1577-ish. Maybe more like 1573. Looks like actually this is the price level up here that we're going to go through back and forth around the $18 mark. All right. Will Meta and Amazon be lower tomorrow? So we answered that question for Tesla if anybody missed it, and the answer was yes. Yeah, it looks like a yes for lower price level tomorrow. There might be a move to the upside first and then to the downside to a lower price level. And then the other one was what? Apple? Amazon. Looks like it does, yes. And it may be after a move higher first. There's a key resistance highlighted tomorrow. But a lot of price change. You could probably make money in both directions if you position yourself at separate times. Maybe open and close one position for a day trade and position yourself to the downside again, or vice versa. Hard to say with only the 1 month. But I got a yes for that, and then it looks like we probably have lower price levels yet still in the this following week for Amazon. All right, well, my video that I have for PLTR finally downloaded from the cloud. It's not marked up though, it's just the video. You want to come up? You're a good boy, Hermes. You want a treat? I got them in my pocket. I got them in my pocket today for you. Munch, 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 munch. You're so cute, Hermes. Everybody loves you. Yeah, so it looks like we probably, I'm not sure what did I say for the answer to that question for the end of October, because based on this, what it's looking like is a pretty significant move to the downside. But then right around the cusp of October, November, there's a like a pop higher. And this is also a very toppy area for the year. Very, very toppy area for the year. That's for PLTR anyways. Listen to the profit when you take a profit. That's the whole purpose. That's the whole purpose. So the company, my company's name is Investor Profits, spelled Prophet, because I thought it was a cool pun on words. Not because I'm calling myself a prophet per se, but technically that is exactly what we're doing. We're prophesizing. Prophecy, so you understand, isn't the same as reading the future. It's really you're blazing the future's trail. It's a manifestation, especially if you study prophecy through Kabbalah. It's the act of creating your future, not so much seeing the future. You are seeing the future, but you're seeing what you're creating. It's a very, very blessed gift to have. I doubt it's something that everybody has. Update on SPC? Yeah, definitely. All right, let's take a look. We're also going to we're likely going to stop covering SPC at the end of the year, guys. FYI, we're planning on covering it in 2024 because we weren't planning on trading in it in 2024. Let's take a look here and see what's going on. Where the heck is it? It's really weird that it doesn't open. Something going on in my computer right now. Jeez. Very strange. Okay, so that looks good. So this Ace of Swords ended up being a high that I read wrong. But it looks good as far as the cards, as far as time frame. Move to the downside, end of the day today. Man. It may be one of my failed trades, guys. It doesn't happen often on a big scale like this. But we've got lows next week for SPY or SPCE. And I'm not sure what's going on with my 1 year. I'd like to look at my 1 year, but right now I'm currently copying my iCloud database. Like I'm backing it up, so it's probably not allowing me to open my 1 year. You'll have to ask me that question again tomorrow, my friends. But I am getting to a place where I'm pretty much fed up with SPC. My family still holds a position, but I did lighten up. I lightened up about 50% of that position prior to the recent market drop. And the reason why is because when I lose money on a position, it's because I doubted myself. Things went awry. I doubted myself, and then at the moment I'm like, all right, and I quit. Then it's like, oh man, I missed out. I was right. There it is. So I try not to do that. You know what I mean? But in any case, you'll have to ask me about it tomorrow because I can't see the 1 year right now while it's backing up. It's taking longer to back up than I expected, but it is a pretty big file. Oh wow, and while we were talking there was that move to the upside. Boom. Okay, so that's that move to the upside I was talking about into the close. So tomorrow that might continue. But I'm advised not to chase this rally, guys. Another quirk of E-Trade is that when the market closes, the chart goes whoop, and then you have to reload it. Yeah, but see, so this rally ends with a fast sudden move higher, and a decline. There's rally in the morning. You could end up like doubting yourself here. What will SAP earnings reaction? What will be a SAP earnings reaction today? Let's see if we get something here. Ace of Cups, interesting. Ace of Cups. Yeah, nothing for earnings. Might be in the ebook, might not be, but Ace of Cups, that's really kind of a wild one to say as far as results, but what I could sense in there is that there's a decline surrounding it and an opportunity in that decline to open up a long position for SAP. Let's see if I get something else. Earnings. Let's see. Completion card. Yeah, nothing. It doesn't want to tell me. AW Ting Ting, hey my buddy, we went through Bitcoin at the beginning of the video, so just when this ends, just go back to the recap. We record every video. You can watch the beginning later on because I already went through that. You're welcome, Robert. Eventually there'll be a reading for Bone, yes, and expect Hermes to be involved. As far as SPY tomorrow, deduct, it might have peaked right here. Hard to say. Hold on. All right, so that's that rally I was picking up on end of day. Ends with a fast sudden move higher. That could be that fast sudden move higher right there, and it's cash out opportunity for probably a long position. I'm advised not to chase that rally. Trade opportunity the following morning. My only sense is there's a possibility that this ends up being this price range up here, which was truce from the 17th. It's possible we'd have a big move higher there to reach that in the morning, but that would offer opportunity before another decline if that took place, and maybe that we gap down significantly and then have a move higher, and that truce card has nothing to do with it. That's also a possibility, which is why I was telling people take profits there or take profits here at the end of the day. But yeah, a peak towards the beginning of the day at a key resistance or a temporary breakout. It's going to be a failed breakout. I'd probably open up another short position there to close. I might not. It's hard to say, but there's another low on the 24th. What about Jewish culture? Did I miss something? Oh, when I was talking about Kabbalah, right. Buying calls for tomorrow might have been a little risky, deduct, because it's hard to say where we open. It could be that we could end up at that truce price, but that's not. It's not. It's like a 50-50 shot as far as like price level information I've found with Esometa. I called Netflix bottom. Dope. Appreciate it, AV. Appreciate it. It was luck. Did they just like bottom out or what? What's going on with Netflix? Oh wow, yeah. Big move at the close. Nice. Uh Big move at the close. Was that earnings? Did earnings come out? You guys, I do so many predictions. If I remembered every single one of those predictions, like I'd probably be like an encyclopedia Britannica of information, but like I do so many over such a short period of time, I forget what the predictions say. So was there earnings here and it popped? Yeah, it looks like that, right? That's what that E means, I'm pretty sure. So with that said, sorry guys, with that said, I want to do a monthly here. Whew, 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 look at that move. Um, Oops, wrong one. That's 2024. Yeah, so it may we may revisit it again tomorrow, guys. There's a possibility there. Because we've got the death card here, and then I'm advised not to chase this trend at the end of the day, which may be a trend to the downside. And the 16th, 17th price level, you could have made money in both directions here and then here based on that, which is what the Princess of Swords and Ace of Swords are usually about. Ace of Swords can be very indicate a top a lot of the time as well. But my sense, we probably have like a notable drop tomorrow, maybe from like a peak that starts in the morning. Yeah, that's what it looks like. But it's probably a revisiting. It looks like it's a revisiting of a low. If we revisit the lows there, guys, I might open up a partial. If you're looking to trade Netflix, I might open up a partial long position if we revisit those lows tomorrow. And then if we go lower on the 20th or on the 23rd, or we revisit the same low, that's where by the 23rd I would complete that long position. Which I'd probably close on the 27th or maybe the following month. All right, so if we rally in the open, you'll close the long position and open short for Friday. Let's take a look. And then I'm gonna recap this right here, and then I'm gonna roll, my friends. Please, my friends, if you took profits, make sure to follow that rule of karma. The channel and myself are really counting on you guys to follow through on that. Things are not easy over here at Tarot for Traders for us right now. Well, so the Ace of Swords in the low position indicates we either see a lower price level tomorrow or a higher one, or excuse me, or the same low. And the reason being is that this is in the low significator position. So the low was a trade opportunity where you could have put like closed the short position, opened up a long position. Actually, you could actually could have opened up a long and a short here. I think the 24th is probably the bottom. It's either lower or the same low. All right, so what we're looking to do, guys, hopefully people took profits here as instructed. We may see lower price level tomorrow, but it's good to take profits when you're uncertain. And what we're going to see is like some mixed behavior around the open, but there's going to be a rally into the open, notable move higher, might even take us to the same price levels as that truce card from the 17th was all the way up here on the 434. Or it could be that we open significantly lower and then there's a rally out of it, so it doesn't bring us there. But either way, I think we turned around here early in the day, and then we move to the downside towards the end of the day there. Interesting. It's probably the same bottom in on the 24th, and the reason I say that is because tomorrow on the 19th we have the Princess of Discs. Remember that's a significant cross-reading congruency when we look at the 1 year. The low significator on the 1 year is the Princess of Discs. We have the Ace of Discs, which can really take us into October. It's the type Ace of Discs type of card that can be like stretched out over a period of time. Um, but that's very bottomy. That's a cross-reading congruency. So it may be that we see it on both days. We see it on the 19th there, and then on the 24th we see it here as the theme card. In any case, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully people made money from that short position that we were accumulating over the past few days. I really hope so, and make sure to follow that rule of karma. Comment, let me know how you did. It's really great. Like, those comments about people making money are priceless for the channel, my friends. But most importantly, make sure to follow that rule of karma. And if you're new to the channel, you do so here on the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders. 5% of the profits forward to one of these charities here. One of the 5% of the profits back to the channel leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that money out of love. As long as you do that, the universe considers you an angel investor of the channel. It's going to send it back to you tenfold. My friends, this is something that needs to be followed in the present moment, meaning that when you profit, you need not delay that till later on. You must follow through on the rule of karma whenever you profit. Otherwise, the universe is going to shut you off from the flow of abundance through this channel. It's got my back. It's not about to be utilized for the purposes of self-interest alone. So make sure to follow through on that, my friends, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Blessings. Appreciate it, Deduct. Take care, guys.